Hi, everyone, and welcome to our very first Maker Party webinar. My name is Lucy.
Hi, I'm Jen.
That's Jen. And over the next roughly 30 minutes, we're going to be talking to you about Mozilla's Maker Party and our copyright campaign that's going on right now in the EU. And we're going to share a bunch of information to help you run really awesome Maker Party events and be all set up to put your stuff online and contribute to the campaign. So as we're going along, if you have questions, there's a couple of things you can do. You can put them in our online forum, and the short link for that is mzl.la/makerpartyqa. Q&A are capitalized. And also you can send us an email, makerparty@mozillafoundation.org. So keep track of those questions. We'll try and answer all of them, hopefully as we're talking through things, but you can always contact us afterwards. So awesome, we've got lots to cover in the next little while, so let's dig in. So the first thing you might be wondering is why Maker Party and why copyright? So I'm going to start with copyright. Copyright is a very important thing that we don't think about that often, but it impacts our daily lives all the time. So when you're taking photos of buildings or you're sharing images off the web, you're actually interacting with copyright. And in the EU, copyright laws are very old. They're over 10 years old, and a lot has happened, especially in terms of the web in the last 10 years. So these laws are now totally out of sync with the digital era that we're living in. We all know the internet's important. We're on the internet right now. You're watching us online. It's embedded in our lives, and these copyright laws that are outdated and aren't in sync, they're putting us at risk. And especially if you live in places like Italy or France, when you're visiting those places. When you take pictures of certain landmarks or buildings and post them online, you're actually violating copyright laws because the laws are out of sync in that way. So when people are going and trying to create on the web or doing things that use pictures or images, it limits their ability to be creative, and it puts Mozilla's mission, which is for the web to be a global public resource, open and accessible to all, at risk. So it's something we really care about, and so having reform for these laws matters a lot to us, and we're asking everyone in the EU and around the world to stand up and help us with that through Maker Party. So this is where the Maker Party build and learn to be focused on copyright campaign and making a change on this specific issue, which we think is really important. So we're asking you as hosts to come together to recruit others and educate others about copyright so that they can participate in this campaign. Jen, do you have any questions?
I do indeed have questions, because this is my first year. I'm new to Mozilla and to Maker Parties. So can you just kind of tell me exactly what is a Maker Party?
Absolutely. So a Maker Party is anytime people are coming together to make and share and learn hands-on. So traditionally they happen for a couple of months every year, and we ask people around the world to host events where they brought people together to do this. Maker Parties can be big, like hundreds of people all doing something together in a school auditorium, or it can be small. It can be you and 5 people getting together to make and build, and this year around copyright.
Oh. So what are some of the things people can make at a Maker Party around copyright?
Awesome question. So there's a couple things you can choose to make. If you go to the Maker Party website, you'll be able to find a bunch of activities. So my personal favorite is a simple starting one. It's make a meme. Memes are something that's, you're taking a picture and you're remixing it and you're sharing it out again. And that is a big deal for copyright law, because if you're using a picture, in some places those images are protected, but in parts of the EU, using a picture for satire is not protected. So making memes in this case is a political act, and then making memes is always a really fun thing to do. You can also make digital postcards with a picture of yourself in front of the Eiffel Tower or another building that is actually, it's illegal to share because of the old copyright laws. So it's a little bit of a protest, and then you share that digital postcard. And then you can also contribute to the commons, which is making, in the broader sense, you're making the commons, which is like Creative Commons, stronger for everyone by adding new free use images in there.
Okay. So what if I wanted to do a maker party about something other than copyright, like apps or unicorns?
Apps and unicorns are both really amazing topics, to be sure. This year, we're really asking everyone, especially in the EU, to focus on the issue of copyright because it's such an important issue. And right now, laws things are being debated and stuff, and we can make an impact. So maybe save your event about apps and puppies for later and focus on the copyright campaign right now.
Okay. So I think we might be getting into this later, actually, but help me out here. How do I go about hosting a maker party?
I'll tell you some of the beginning steps, but I won't go too far into what you're actually going to tell us more about, which is, so if you say, hey, I want to host a maker party, firstly, awesome. Start by just congratulating yourself for your excellent decision. And then you're going to go to the website, which is mzl.la/makerparty2016. And you're going to be able to find activities, resources, a big host pack that'll walk you through every step to planning a maker party. And you'll be able to get a sense of kind of what you'll be doing in your event and deciding like, which of these activities do I want to run? There's a bunch that you can choose from.
Okay, well, that'll be fun later when I walk through that process. So last question, what are the goals of the campaign? What are you hoping to accomplish with these maker parties?
Teeing me up so perfectly to talk about my next section. It's like we planned it. So our goals of the campaign are to fix copyright laws in the EU. As we've mentioned and will mention over and over again, in their current form, they're broken and we need reform. And so that's the ultimate goal of having this campaign. And we want people to use making as a political act to achieve that, because when we're coming together on the ground to host events, it's an even more powerful statement than just signing a petition. And even though that's important too, and please go sign the petition, actually being in person together sends a very strong message to governments and policymakers that people care about this. So we're trying to get 300 events to happen between now and November, and we need your help to do it. So we encourage you to throw an event, but also to try and find others in your communities to throw events as well.
Wow, 300 events, that's a lot. So tell me, how long is a maker party? Like, is it a 15-minute thing, or is it like a party that goes on all night?
The beauty of a maker party is it can be as long or as short as you want. The all-night maker party seems like a great idea, but if you're also thinking like, hey, I only have 20 minutes between the rest of the things I'm up to, you can also grab your friends, go for a coffee, and just do one of the simpler activities like the postcard activity or the make a meme activity. Talk about copyright, and so that can take 20 minutes, or it can go as long as all night.
So it sounds like you've done these before. Are they fun?
Oh, maker parties are super fun. The combination of being with other people and learning about an issue and working on it together, always a recipe for excitement. Obviously, unicorns are really fun too, so you can't compete, but a maker party is always a good time, so definitely throw one.
Unicorns are fun. This is about EU copyright. What else is going on in the fight for the EU copyright campaign? Is there anything else happening?
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, there's the petition that we've got right now, and you can go to changecopyright.org and sign that petition. By making those postcards, you're going to be actually sending them to your politicians. So that's making a strong statement. And then there's a whole bunch of other work happening at a policy level where people are working to petition and get better legislation. And so the maker party piece of this is the complementary grassroots level of showing that like there are real people on the ground who care enough about having good copyright laws that they're willing to go out of their way to spend some time on this, complemented by a petition with thousands of signatures, complemented by like arguments at a policy level that are really compelling. So we're coming at this from all sides, and we're talking right now, the grassroots piece is where we really need people like everyone who's watching here to get involved.
Okay. So I'm a host. What does that mean? What does that mean if I'm a host of a maker party?
So as the host, you're planning and running the event. It's a really great opportunity in a lot of ways. So as an individual, you get to run an event that reflects copyright issues, and you'll learn something in the process, and you'll also have an opportunity to connect with your community and empower others. If you're an organization that's already working on EU copyright reform, it's an opportunity to highlight the work you're doing alongside Mozilla, who's pushing for this as well. So there's kind of like a tying together. And also, because this is a new issue, but a big issue, but done in a fun way, as we said earlier, maker parties are definitely fun. It's a way to kind of bring together a new and dynamic audience who you might not have been able to talk to before. So no matter who's hosting, it fits into the larger strategy, and it's really advantageous for individuals as well.
Will this take me a lot of time? You know, if I decide, hey, I'm going to host a maker party, what kind of time commitment am I looking at here?
So depending on how much time you have, if you've got a little bit more time, we ask that you take the time to have like a pre-event first, like a pre-meeting where you're gathering people who can help you out together, figure out what you want to do. If you're doing a bit of a bigger event, this planning stage is important. And then there's actually hosting the event. So planning, making sure you've got the materials, that everything's set up. So that's definitely a couple hours of planning and then actually hosting the event. And then to do it kind of really properly, making sure you've got time to debrief. You'll find that you learn a whole bunch during that process. You'll collect probably feedback from people about your event and how it went. So also taking that time at the end. So I think, but of course, as I said before, you can also do this as like a much less formal, like meeting in a coffee shop to talk about to make a meme or to do the postcard activity. So there's flexibility. To do a larger event, I think you're looking at about 10 hours or more, but it's so choose your own adventure, and depending on how much time you have, and if you're part of a larger organization or you're working with a school, it'll change that as well.
Cool.
Yeah. So I want to talk about one more piece about this, which is we went through kind of the host timeline there about the before, during, and after your event. But also just remind everyone that we have a host pack on the website that I mentioned earlier, where you can see through all the steps with a bunch of really helpful tips and tricks available. And I wanted to highlight a couple other best practices for when you're planning your event. At the beginning, making sure you have an agenda, even if you're doing the smallest version where you're going out for coffee, make sure you have a little bit of an agenda about what you want to talk about, what do you want to achieve through that event. Will make it go really, really smoothly. Keeping it playful. Maker parties are fun, and so make sure that, like, if you've got some music on while you guys are making sure that the environment is a playful and open one for anyone who wants to get involved. And then we've got a social media toolkit on the website as well. Using the hashtag MakerParty helps you connect with everyone else who's doing stuff like this and share your work. And then we're going to be sending out a post-event survey to everyone who's involved in hosting an event to find out how it went. So please share your feedback as well. And if you get a chance to do a debrief right away, that's awesome. So I talked a lot about planning events and all of the things that are required, and hopefully it was helpful and not just a whole lot of me talking. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Jen, to talk to us about, once you get through that initial stage, how to actually put them up on that event site that we've all seen.
Okay, well, you've convinced me. I should host a maker party. This might be my first one ever. So I guess next step is setting up the actual event. So what do you say we walk through that? So if I share my screen here, that you will see I am on the, there we go. Hopefully that's, yes. You will see that now I am on the Maker Party website. There's the shortened URL that you heard earlier. You can also just go to makerparty.community. That will help you. And so one of the cool things about this that, as I zoom around, is that you create your event here, it gives you a link, and that link will allow you to then help promote it. So let's see if we can figure this out. So I'm on the website. Here's a little box that says become a host. So I'm going to click the learn more button because that seems like I should learn more. And hopefully my internet will be fast enough. So it will take me to a screen that says, I have an account. If you have a Nation Builder account, I guess you just log right in there. If you don't, create one. So let's create one. You get my name, and we'll do a maker party at Mozilla Foundation. See if I can spell this right. Yes, of course I want to receive emails. So let's see, create an account. It's going to make me log into my email, isn't it? So I guess I have to log into my email. So nobody watch real quick as I log into my email. Actually, I'm going to turn my screen share off.
Good privacy best practices here, gang.
Yes.
Never show someone putting their password in online.
So one moment while I log into my email here. It might take just a second.
And check your spam.
To get the,
if you don't see your email, check that spam box.
Okay, well, the email that you can't see as I log into my email says, thank you for joining. So that's nice. So I click the link in that, and it says activate your account. So here we are activating my account. Yeah. So now I'm going to go back to screen share because I think I'm past the like you shouldn't see that privacy thing. So here we go. Screen share. I think it's. Try this at home, folks. There we go. Share. There. So now I have to activate my account. It wants my name on the activate my account. It wants a username, so I'll just use my name. It's a good name. Mailing address is optional, so password. Nobody watch me type in my password here. It will be something clever like. Okay, and then you click this button. See if this works. No, do not remember. Is it working? It's spinning.
It's loading. I like that we're also learning a lot about like privacy and security best practices.
Mm-hmm. So I've created my account, and now I'm back at this page. So I guess I go back and I click on the Learn More button. That button again. You guys we're all learning together here. Oh, look, event details. So headline, I'm going to guess that's the name of my maker party. So I'm going to call it the best ever maker party. Sorry, folks, that name's already taken. Let's see, when? October 20th seems soon. How about we do it October 28th? That seems like length, 3 hours. I'm going to make mine 1 hour. I don't live Mountain Time. That's where I'm. Maximum capacity, 10 people. Description, come to the best ever maker party and fight for good EU copyright. I think the better your description, the more people are going to be like, hey, I want to come to that thing. So, you know, I just did mine quickly, but you guys can get clever if you want. And then there's a checkbox. Would you come to that? Thank you.
I would come to that,
I would enjoy your attendance. So this checkbox allow people to mark planned attendance and allow people to bring guests. Yeah, that's cool. Contact information. There's my name, my email. You can put your phone number. I'm not going to put my phone number because I hate phone calls. And it's okay if my email address is published. Hosted by, well, it's going to be hosted by, the venue name is Jen's house. It is at, 1, 2, 3, unless you all want to come to my house, Maple Street. Shawnee, Colorado. Afghanistan. I live in the United States. And here, I'll give you my zip code. You guys can send me postcards. All right, so I think everything's filled out correctly there. I hope. I guess it will let me know if it's not. So if I hit save and post, what happens next? Oh, hey, I have an event.
Woo!
So I just created the event. I know, that's exciting, right? So now I have a couple of options here. I can tweet it or post to Facebook, or I can just uncheck those boxes and not do any of that. And so now I have an event that people can come to that will be promoted on this page that I can share the link out to and say, hey, I want to attend. So I think we did it. I think, did I miss anything, Lucy? Did I create an event? Is it real?
It's real. That was perfect. I will hit attending and show up at your house very soon.
Okay, well then I'm gonna come back off of screen share here. There I am. Hi. I hope everybody goes through and makes that event. It's super easy. Even I figured it out while you guys were watching. And so once you've created the event, I guess then Mozilla is going to help you promote it, which is one of the cool things, right, Lucy?
Absolutely. It'll be on the website. So if I wanted to find an event in my area, I'd be able to go and see Jen's event on the map, just zoom right in until I could see her house, and then RSVP and attend. So that's a great way of getting your events known. Anything else to add, Jen, before we sign off?
Well, I guess my biggest thing is I hope people do this because, like I said, this is my first go around with maker parties, but they do sound kind of fun. It's always fun to make stuff. So I hope everybody gets involved and look forward to seeing what you make.
Awesome. And we both want to say thank you so much to everyone who is watching this and everyone who's going to participate. We're really grateful for everyone who throws an event for Maker Party 2016. It's so important that we all come together to help reform copyright in the EU. And we're hoping that this will be super memorable and impactful for you as well. So once again, we've got a place where you can post your questions, an online forum, and that's mzl.la/makerpartyqa. QA is capitalized. You can email us at makerparty@mozillafoundation.org, and stay tuned for more webinars coming out from this group to help make your Maker Party fun and successful. Thank you so much for watching, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.